Hello children, here we'll discuss the 13th chapter, that is limits and derivative, which is an introduction of calculus. Now what is calculus? It is a branch of mathematics which basically depends on a change of a function. So that further we will study while we will introduce the derivative. Now you may observe this chapter is dividing into two parts. First of all, limits and derivatives. Limits and derivatives, although they are not separate, but initially you have to understand limits. Once limits understood to you, then only you may continue with the derivatives. So here we will discuss about limits only, and after that, once we will get a proper command in the limits, we will introduce the next part, that is the derivatives. Now children, you have studied some parts, some forms of numbers in the mathematics. Observe 3 by 3 if I will write down, so its answer will be obviously 1. Now see, in place of this, suppose my question is 0 by 3, if I will take 0 by 3. Now observe this form, this all forms we have already studied in the rational numbers. See, so if 0 by 3 form given, in the numerator if we have a 0, and in the denominator whatever number we are having, we are not supposed to bother about it. If in the numerator we are having a number 0, means our answer is going to be 0. In place of this, suppose our question is 3 by 0. Observe, in a denominator, in place of a numerator, now I am having a 0 in my denominator. So that time what will be its answer? We say if 0 is there in the denominator, this form is not defined in mathematics. So that is why its answer will be, we are considering as infinity. It goes towards infinity. We don't know this form. It is an indefinite form. So till here children, you have studied in a number system. Now, in place of this all forms, suppose I am having 0 by 0. So that time what will be its answer? You may say, in a numerator we are having a 0, so answer will be 0. You can also argue like a 3 1s are 3, so we can also cancel out 0 1s are 0. Its answer can be 0, 1 also. Now see, in a numerator whatever number we have, but we have studied that if we are having a 0 in the denominator, its answer is going to be infinity. Now you may observe for these 3 examples which I have given before, in that you are getting a distinct value as an answer. But here, its solution is 3 different values, which is not possible in terms of mathematics. Mathematics leads a unique solution always, and here we are not getting. So, many questions we are having in which we are getting a form 0 by 0. So, we used to call that this form is not defined in a mathematics. Further calculation is not possible. But now what limits doing? Limit does, it says that if this form is not defined in a mathematics, we will try to our question rearrange. We will try to rearrange our question using our mathematical identities, using some functions, using some formulas, LCM, HCF, many parts we have studied now in the mathematics. So using those all small calculations, we are trying to convert our question in terms of such a manner that at least we will get it's a unique solution. So if we are getting such form 0 by 0, we used to call it invalid form or not defined, not determined form. So limits is useful to solve such type of questions with solutions mathematically we are not able to find out. Algebra is not giving which solutions, those solutions we are getting using our limits. So now what is a limit? So first of all, limits means there is a difference children. If I will say f of x is equals to x square and x is equals to 0. It means in place of x, if I will substitute 0, my function is going to be 0. Limit says what? It tends to 0. Limit tends to 0 means it is nearly equals to 0 but not exactly 0. Suppose this is your number line, here 0, all positive numbers, all negative numbers. So limit x tends to 0 means what? Towards both the sides, it approaches to 0. Towards positive sides also it approaches to 0 but not exactly 0. And if we are having, suppose we are having a value like a 4.99999, so obviously we used to write it as 5. So limit approaches to 0, it means 0 only, but exactly it is not 0. So how to write it as? We can write it as LIM, limit x tends to 0. How to write this in term of limit? So LIM, that is limit, short form of limit, limit x tends to 0. Here we are writing at x equals to 0. In place of equals to exact value, we are having approaching values, nearly equals to 0. So that is why we can read it as limit x tends to 0 or limit approaches to 0. Both are correct only. F of x. Now in place of that, if we substitute x square, answer is going to be same only. Now suppose in place of this all things, if you are having a question, see, one question here I am writing. Suppose we have x square minus 4 and x minus 2. Solve. Then we have at x is equals to 1. So x is equals to 1, it means in place of x I have to substitute 1. So 1 minus 4, that is minus 3, 1 minus 2, that is minus 1, which is equals to, my answer is 3. In place of that, suppose I want to solve at x is equals to 2. You may observe. So 2 square 4 minus 4, 2 minus 2, you may observe answer is 0 by 0. So this form is not defined in mathematics. That is why here we have to apply a limit. Now what we will do after applying a limit, see. So limit x tends to 2. Now I will write down our actual function x square minus 4, x minus 2. Now what I can do, here you may observe 4 is a square of 2. So in place of this, here I can write limit x tends to 2, x minus 2, x plus 2, your identity, a square minus b square upon x minus 2. You may observe x minus 2 cancel out from the numerator and denominator. So now what is left with us? So limit x tends to 2, x plus 2. Now see, if I will substitute 2 here, my answer is going to be 4. So now children, hope it is understood to you that why we have to apply a limit. So here we have to specify that it is 0 by 0 form. So direct limit not applicable, and that is why some mathematical calculation is required here. Now, in some of the reference book, you may find it as, in place of LIM, they have written LT x tends to 2. Meaning is same only, just way of writing is different. Now here, so this is an actual limit of a function, while that function is defined randomly. But in place of that, suppose your function is defined in an interval, like f of x is equals to x plus 2 and x square. If it is x less than 2 and x is greater than equals to 2. So here you may observe, here exact limit function defined at a point 2. Something is not given. Here it is given in an inequality form. Inequality means it is less than or it is greater than, but not exact one. So that is why now at that time how we have to evaluate, because in a function we are having two different functions in a one question only, and in a previous question we had only one question. Observe, there is a difference in both of these questions. Now such questions have to solve. So less than given means on the number line towards left side. Now greater than given means it is coming towards right hand side. So that time you have to check limit x tends to, for a left hand side, 2 minus f of x, and we have to calculate limit x tends to 2 plus f of x. And if limit of both of this left hand side and right hand side coincide, then only we can conclude that limit exists. Coincide means what answer we will obtain using this left hand side, that same result we should conclude using right hand side limit. Here difference is what, in place of this writing 0, here we have to write down 2 with a negative sign, 2 with a positive sign. Negative and positive doesn't mean that I have to substitute minus 2. There is a difference, minus 2 and 2 minus. 2 minus means on a number line you are moving towards left side. And minus 2 means it is a value, it is a number. Minus 2 is a number. And this minus 2, this 2 minus is showing its a direction. Now see, so while I am taking 2 minus means that time my function will be x plus 2. Now while I am moving greater than part on an RHS side, so that time my function will be x square. So this way we have to evaluate. And if left hand limit is equals to right hand limit, we will get, if answer will coincide, answer will get same, so then only we may conclude that limit of that function exists and this is a limit of the function. At what point function satisfied, so that point will be a limit of that function.